The Dallas Famous podcast is supported by the Mullen & Mullen Music Project. The Music Project was created by Mullen & Mullen Injury Law Firm to champion the independent music scene in North Texas. I'm Andrew Sherman. I'm a Texas transplant who has always been in pursuit of art as a career. I've played in bands, pursued an acting career in Hollywood, but I found it behind the lens of a camera here in Dallas, Texas. I was born in New York, I've lived in Chicago, Los Angeles, Austin, but I love Dallas. There's a magical artistic scene in Dallas that mostly goes unnoticed to the outside world. This podcast is focused on what makes it so special and the people who make it thrive artistically. If you don't live here, and even if you do, you might not have heard of them. This is the Dallas Famous Podcast.
So who you gonna be? Who you gonna be when you're all grown up? Who you gonna be? Who you gonna be when you're over us? Yeah.
This week on the Dallas Famous Podcast, we're excited to feature Imani Black, a rising photographer, videographer, and curator in the Dallas creative scene. Recognized with an advertising award from Ad2 Dallas's 32 Under 30. She's built a name for herself through branding, lifestyle, and event photography. Her next big project is curating an art gallery for the upcoming Cyber Dallas fashion show, blending visual storytelling with futuristic themes. We dive into her journey, her creative process, and what's next for her. I know you'll dig it. Here it is. Hey, we are back at the Deep Ellum Community Center. I've got Imani Black. She's a photographer. She's a videographer. She does digital marketing. What am I leaving out?
Advertising, modeling, directing, curating, art curating.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. I meant to tell you that this episode is going to come out before your gallery opens. So we'll talk about it at the end, but we can definitely, there's something to look forward to in this interview. Let's start with you. Okay. Well, I mean, this is Dallas Famous, so I always kind of start with the beginning. So I've done a little research, and you're from Dallas, but you moved to Fayetteville. Is that right?
So I was born in Fort Worth, but I was raised in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Okay.
And I moved out here to go to college at UNT.
Okay, cool. But you were like coming back and forth a little bit. Like you were, it wasn't like this area was a black hole for you. You kind of were familiar with it a little bit.
Yeah, I was familiar with it a bit because growing up, my parents, they met out here. They got married and everything out here. So we used to visit a lot. We have a bunch of family out here, and we used to come during winter, spring break, summer, things like that, just to hang out with our family. So I remember when we would be driving, I guess it's on 35. I think I recognize it now. But when I would see the skyline, I was like, oh, yeah, I want to move there when I grow up.
Okay, so that was like something you're always looking back to come back here.
Yes, I love the Dallas skyline.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah,
but,
no, it's beautiful. I think it's been voted the most beautiful or something, thanks to Justin Turvine. Okay, and then I did see something too, which you're like now the second guest, and I'm also included in this group, where MTV had an influence in your kind of like your creativity and your, we'll talk about that for a little bit.
Yeah, so I used to joke and say like MTV raised me because like I used to watch music videos, all the reality shows, all the cartoons, like just everything. Like I watched so much TV growing up, but I really know that helped me be who I am today because like, I don't know, I just took in so much that it's like just in me. I'm just so like, I know pop culture so well. I know people really well. Watching so much TV growing up also influenced me into going into majoring in advertising when I went to UNT because I love ads. Like I used to watch them on MTV. And so it definitely influenced me a lot.
Interesting. And what's interesting too, I mean, so you were into the music, I guess, at some level, but it wasn't your thing. You were more into the visual aspect of MTV, as it were.
Yeah, I love the music videos. That is my thing. Like I still aspire to be a music video director.
Okay.
So yeah, that's still on my list of things to do. But definitely was inspired by the music video. So yes, the music, but definitely the visuals a part of it.
Right. It's funny because for me, MTV, I was like, oh, I think I want to be a musician. And then it came full circle to, no, I just want to make those videos, which is what I've done a few myself. I mean, we can get you lined up on that. Like, the lo-fi where you don't have a big budget, but you can just like knock them out in like an hour or two. And the editing is where it's all at.
Yeah, I do a lot of editing. I'm editing so many videos right now with my clients.
Oh, cool.
It's like, yeah.
Like when you say clients, are these marketing clients? Are these photographers? Is it the same? Is it different?
It's different. So marketing is my full-time job.
Okay.
And then my photography and videography, future full-time job. But for now, it's outside of work.
Yeah, but your marketing is kind of, I would assume that you're learning so much and you're taking stuff from your day job into your creative aspect of your photography, or you're learning like maybe nuts and bolts of the advertising.
Yeah, so with the marketing, I do digital marketing. So I'm learning a lot about like the technicality of it. There's so much you can do. It's so deep and so as a consumer, it's scary, but as a digital marketer, it's like really interesting. So I have a very like inquisitive mindset. So it's like I'm always interested in like learning more, seeing more, figuring stuff out. And there's so much to learn. It's like endless with my current full-time job, and then with my photography and videography. Those clients, those are the ones where I'm putting together like the videos and editing and everything right now. And that has been really great. And that's come from just a lot of word of mouth. Like I don't even post. I post on Instagram, but I don't say, "Oh, books are open," or you can look at my calendar and put a time. Like I don't. I
Sure.
can't operate like that.
Yeah.
But I do like how just people come to me, and it's been really good. I'm
Yeah.
like, imagine if I did put some actual digital marketing behind it. Like, where would I be?
Well, I mean, maybe as you have like more of you're doing your passion project for money, then you'll have more time to focus on that too. I mean, it's like I've already said this on the show. Like the busiest people have no time to show what they're doing because they're working all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's like you have to carve out time if it's even important. Like sometimes it doesn't matter. Let's go back though to so you're watching MTV and then like you kind of got into like kind of filmmaking at that point or editing videos, or I think I said something you were making videos back then.
Yeah, I was. So I would say it was always my dream. Like I've been watching MTV religiously. Well, let me not. I don't watch it anymore, actually.
Well,
But
does
from
anybody? No
right,
offense, but
no offense, MTV. But like I would say from elementary school to high school, when I was growing up, like I used to come home, get up in the morning, watch MTV music videos like every single day, MTV and VH1 as well, and sometimes BET in the mornings and afternoons. But what I really liked about MTV and the music videos is that it was just always really inspiring. I would say I can fully remember. I would say it was when Kanye West's graduation album came out in 2007. I was in the 7th grade or 6th grade, and it just the visuals stronger. Like I remember the stronger music video. Like just he really did inspire me. I'm a huge former huge Kanye fan.
right.
Right. But growing up, like it was like his music, like it was in middle school, the graduation album. I was like, I want to do that. Like this is so cool. So then towards high school, the end of high school, I started making these music videos through Windows Movie Maker. So I made a few for Electric Feel by MGMT, Compton by Kendrick Lamar, Pyramids, Frank Ocean, and Bound 2 by Kanye West. So I used a bunch of GIFs and pictures from Tumblr, and I was workshopping. It was so fun. Like I'm getting chills thinking
It sounds
about
like
it.
fun, actually. Yeah.
It was really fun.
I remember my first editing, and for me, editing is maybe the most fun of the video part of it,
Yeah. I would say culling is like my least favorite, but I've honestly, it's a me thing. I've gotten better over the years where it's like, I got to be concise.
Yeah.
Like, no, concise as much as possible. You can't have a 4-minute video running and then you got to chop. Like, I will do it if I have to, of course, but I've just had to get better at my technique with recording.
Yeah. When did the camera come into the picture for you?
Ooh, so cameras have always been like my thing. I remember I got my first Canon when I was like 11 years old.
Okay.
I had like other little cameras growing up, but that was like my first like nice digital camera, It was so like it was small but big. Like that's all I remember. But I remember I would take it to school. It was like 6th, 7th, 8th grade and all that. It was really fun. And me and my brother, we used to do photo shoots all the time. So I'd be in front of the camera, taking pictures of him, taking pictures of things. Like I just loved it a lot. So it's like always been a part of my life. But a more advanced camera, I didn't get that until my senior year of college. And I still did photography throughout college, but it was just mostly on my iPhone because I didn't have a physical camera. But it was always in the back of my head. But when I look back now, it's like I was doing the right thing. I was focusing on school. And then when it was time, like I was about to graduate, I was like, I need to get a little side hustle. Like that's all I had been hearing at that point. It's like
Right.
you have to have more than one thing. Is how they kind of phrased it.
But at school?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so that was my thing. And I didn't even know you can make money from photography. I literally did not know.
That's great.
Yeah, it wasn't until my senior year. And it's because I was paying people to do photo shoots of me.
Uh-huh. Oh, as a model.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I was like, I need some grad pictures. Or me and my best friend, we want to do a photo shoot. And I would see it on Instagram and stuff. So it was like, that's how I knew. I was like, I didn't know you could get paid to take photos.
Yeah, it's funny because like before I was a photographer, I was like, oh, those guys make so much money. And it's like, okay, maybe they did in my memory of it, not in real life. I don't know. So interesting. So like it wasn't like you were growing up to be a photographer at any point, but then it kind of when you had the camera, it started to click for you.
Well, it was actually in my heart.
It was okay.
At one point. So before I wanted to go to UNT, I actually wanted to go to the University of Houston and major in it's like a not MFA, but I think it's a BFA, Bachelor in Fine Arts in Photography. That was actually what I wanted to do.
Oh,
I
okay.
wanted to go to school for photography, but my parents were like, no.
They didn't get it either.
Yeah, they were like, absolutely not. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay. And then they were like, we're not letting you go to Houston either. So you need to pick somewhere else.
Well, they thought that it's not safe, or what was it about Houston?
So yeah, my dad, he's a military, former or retired military vet, and he's just so like vigilant. And both of my parents, they say it's the crime, they say it's dirty. I just didn't have any family out there. So
Yeah.
like I have a bunch of family out here,
So,
but I grew up in North Carolina. So
Okay.
it's like everyone's in the DFW area, and then my parents are in North Carolina. They're like, why are you going to Houston?
Right. That's interesting. I feel like we haven't talked about Houston ever, and that's how we introduce it.
Yeah, my parents didn't want me going down there.
That's funny. I've only been there a few times and just on the outskirts, and I stayed in a motel in a suburb, and oh my God. That was scary. And I lived in Chicago, and that was scary.
Oh, really?
Okay, so senior year, you get the camera, you graduate, you get like a regular kind of marketing job at that point, or what happens next?
Yeah, so I graduated and I majored in advertising, and then I ended up working at a really big, nice advertising agency. That was my first big girl job out of school. And from there, it was my dream. Like I was trying my best. I was a receptionist, but I also had like account coordinator duties. So I would help the team that dealt with the client, like get meetings set up, just all the admin work for that part of the business. And it was really fun. It was really cool. I learned a lot. And then, I just realized I had like an urge, a fulfillment a need that wasn't being met. And, it's like I went to school for advertising. Why am I making coffee? Like I should be directing commercials. That's how I felt.
Sure.
But, as I've learned, as I've gotten older, it's like I appreciate starting at the bottom. And I understand now, like being where I am right now, I'm not even still where I want to be, but it's like the progression I see why. I'm so thankful.
Yeah, the steps, like skipping steps, you'll regret it. at
You'll
some point.
fall.
Yeah, it's true. It's a better way to say it than what I said. Okay, so you're doing that. So, what did you just say? I had enough of this, and you moved on, or how did that transition from that job go?
Yeah. So while I was at the job, I was making coffee, learning the ropes and things like that, and it was just like I would just come home literally every day, and I just realized I wasn't fulfilled. Like after work, I would go to work, work out, smoke, drink, go out to eat, and then repeat it like almost every day.
Right.
And it just sucked. Like it sucked the life out of me, and I just hated it. I wasn't being fulfilled. And so then also I had got like a review, my first review ever, like, an employee review. And they told me, they were like, you're doing your best, but, do a little bit better, basically. I'm saying this kindly. They were kind when they said it, but it was really like a wake-up call to me, because it was like, I thought I was doing great. But honestly, I've always been the type where it's like, I'm overly confident and wrong.
I mean, apparently you've learned that about yourself. That's a good thing.
Yeah. So, I was like, oh, I guess I don't follow up on emails. Okay. I guess I do forget stuff. I had to learn like those admin things that I
Sure.
really just time management
Yeah.
that I didn't really know coming out of, college. And so I got the review and during that time as well, it was like, I need something to do. January 2018, I got the idea to record like my life. I was like, I have an interesting life. Like I go out, I have fun, I'm exploring the city, I'm doing all these cool things just getting because I moved out here from North Carolina. I didn't really know Dallas like that. Like I knew it kind of, but
we
not
hadn't
really.
hung in it really.
Exactly. And so I was in Denton for all that time and I thought Dallas and Denton were the same, honestly. That's what I always thought. But
So funny,
it's
yeah.
so different.
Yeah, it's like another world over there.
It literally is. But, I was like, oh, this is so big, like so cool. Like I'm big eyed, I'm exploring. Like I'm like, I want to share this with the world. So that was my first idea. And me and my friend, we filmed a pilot and that was it. I was just like, you know what? No, I'd rather not share my life.
Yeah,
And
it's
so,
so funny. I used to want to, yeah, like it's about me, and then like at a certain point, I'm like, no, there's a wall. You cannot come behind the wall.
Exactly. And so then I started then in about March of 2018, I had got like my first review for my first employee review at my first job. And, they told me I needed some work to work on a couple of things like following up, being on time, and a lot of like time management and admin things that I struggled with that I didn't know coming out of college. And so once I got that feedback, I took it in. I tried my best to do better at work. But as I was trying, I kind of realized over time, as time progressed, that I wasn't really going to grow there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was making coffee. I'm like, I should be making commercials. Like, what are we talking about? Like, I went to school for this. I have an internship, like all these things. And I didn't start that way. So, I just ended up building something of my own because I was like, I have to get this out of me. Like, it's boiling up. I'm so uncomfortable, unhappy, like coming home smoking and drinking and getting on Twitter every day.
How did you start? Like once you were like, okay, I need something else. And then was photography the first thing that hit you? Directing videos? What was the first thing that you went out and actually did once you had that realization?
So actually the photography, like getting more into the business side of photography happened in 2016, before I graduated in 2017. But I put out a photography project because during that time, our professors and everything, they were saying we need a portfolio for not only our advertising, but anything we do. We just need like a portfolio showing our work. So I was like, okay, cool. I want to do that. And then I started thinking, I was like, oh, this is a business overall. So let me include my photography in my advertising portfolio as well. So it kind of worked out in a sense that I put out a photography project before I graduated, or like right after I graduated in May 2017. And I was like, yeah, this is my body of work. And I'm going to do this every year. And that's what I've done. Well, up until literally last year, but it got me to a good point. But that was photography. And then with videography, with feeling the frustration at my first job at college, needing the fulfillment, I decided to produce a documentary series titled Day with Dallas. And the idea came because it was like, I don't want to showcase my life, but I know there's a lot of interesting people in Dallas, and I want to know more about them. So I got that feedback from my first job, the employee review. And I was like, okay, I got it. I'm going to do my best at work, but I'm also going to apply this to myself. So I came correct when it came to approaching people, staying on time for stuff. Like all that feedback prepared me for my own venture. And I think that's what a lot of I would share with a lot of younger people is like, you may think you don't need a job or you can just be out there on your own. And it's like, sure, you can. But I do think that having a job starting out is like the first way you get discipline, the first way you learn how to be organized and structure and just everything. Like I do think it was very valuable because here I am years later still applying that knowledge.
Yeah, no, that's the foundation. I mean, I feel like I didn't figure it out till my mid-40s. And like I was trying to do all this artistic stuff, but then when the photography came in, I kind of had like, oh, okay, like you're saying, like follow up, like be proactive, put yourself out there, but don't be a nuisance, all those things, It's important. Day with Dallas, how did that go? Like, what was that all about?
Yeah, so May 2018, I finally had a light bulb go off, and it was like, oh, why don't I make it about the video, not about my interesting life, but the interesting life of other people? Because I was getting to know other people as well. Like, I was new to the city. Like, I knew people in Denton, but like I had some good contacts and connects, and I just didn't know a lot of people though. And I needed to like sink my teeth in. I was like, I need something to do. Let me do something. Okay, I can do this because the barriers to entry don't exist. I have a camera, there's YouTube, there's Instagram to promote it. Like, here we are.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was like, okay, first I started out with the Instagram. I just posted my photography because I was going out a lot. And I would be like, oh, I'm gonna take a picture of my food, take a picture of the skyline, take a picture of this, that. Like, I'm just so new. So I'm so green. I'm like just taking pictures of everything. And that was like the foundation of the Instagram. But I was filming the documentary during that time as well. So me and my best friend, we were working on that. And while that was going on, I was just posting to the Instagram, just posting photography and Dallas related content. And it was growing over time until like the page actually, or not the page, but until the documentary actually came out. So the documentary came out in 2019, the beginning, but we were filming for like a long time before then.
Right.
But it was really cool to like go through that process. I connected with so many amazing people.
Yeah.
Businesses, creatives, and it really helped set a great foundation. And it was really from the desire because I just wasn't fulfilled from my first job. Imagine if I was like, I would be probably a director maybe or something, but it's now I'm a cool photographer with a banner in Deep Ellum.
That's right. The banner, which you got by the skin of its teeth today. Like, they're coming down today.
I know.
Glad that we got that information in time. Yeah.
Just in time. Thank you, Lord.
It's exciting. Yeah. I mean, when I got it's like, I mean, you probably feel the same way when I found out about it. I'm like, that is not something I had on my list of things I want to accomplish in my life. It never occurred to me that I could be on a banner, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of, I saw on your website, it's kind of cool. I know you haven't done it as recently, but I noticed you were doing like wish list, like things that, because I think about it in my head, but I thought it was cool that you not only have it on a list, but it's a public thing that people can see. So how has that worked for you? Have you like been able to knock things off those lists?
Oh my goodness. Yes, I actually have. I've knocked off, I think two, but off the top of my head, at least one. So yeah, I put out a project in 2024. I had the idea to put out 2023 actually. I had the idea to put out a project wish list. So the idea is like, I know a lot of people and I'm sure I can work with some of y'all to bring my ideas to life. There's so many things that I want to do. Like, I still want to direct a music video. I want to create a feature film. I want a long list of things. And it's like, I need collaborators. And my idea is like, this old man one time, he told me at a coffee shop, he was like, the squeakiest wheel gets oiled first. Make some noise. I want to...
Yeah.
I got to tell people like, I want to do these things. How can you know what I want? Like, you just don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, that's cool. I mean, has somebody ever said, hey, I saw your list, I want to do this too, let's do it? Has that happened?
Actually, yes. So actually, no, he didn't say he saw my list. He saw it afterwards.
Okay.
But one of my lists, this happened in 2024, but it was from the 2023 list. I was actually curating an Airbnb with my artwork and other artwork as well.
Oh, that's interesting.
But I was curating an Airbnb with my art.
That's cool. I've thought about things like that, but that's okay. Wait, so how did you do that?
It didn't fully come into fruition, and he had a baby and things, so his life priorities changed.
Gotcha.
But what we were gonna do is like, I was gonna have some of my prints in there. They were gonna be available for sale.
Yep.
He had a TV screen, and we were gonna like kind of just have it a slideshow just going throughout, and have a QR code so people can like learn more about me and things.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So I got to decorate the Airbnb with other things, and we worked together, made a whole list of everything he needed to buy. It was really cool. But my art piece or my work didn't come into the picture fully.
Yeah,
but
that'll happen.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we want your art, we want your artistry. Oh, actually, also we need you to set this place up. Okay, we got that later. Like,
yeah.
Okay. Not the first time I heard a story like that.
Yeah. Oh, and also I'll say too, something that's on my 2024 list is stage design a fashion show. So I actually am
Oh,
right now.
okay.
Cyber Dallas, the art gallery that I'm curating,
Yes.
we are having a fashion show at the opening night event.
Okay.
So I'm working with an amazing designer. His name is Guillermo Rios. His company is called Studio Guillermo Rios, and he's amazing. We're working through this. He's bringing out all the ideas out of me, and it's like, wow, this is so cool.
So you're curating a fashion show. So like you're doing like, what does that mean exactly?
So for the art gallery, I'm curating the art gallery. So I'm
Got it.
picking all the art and everything, picking where everything's going to go, run of show, just everything top to bottom.
Wow.
And I'm also within all of that working with the fashion designer to basically we set up like how the track is going to go with the models going on the runway. We talked about like all the logistics. So it's like just planning. It's going to be a big, nice, amazing show.
Wow. And it's like a one night sort of thing? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's going to be on the 11th, I think, of
Yeah.
April. So that's a few days away from this episode coming out. Also, I saw you achieved a goal, which is like a Dallas thing, is you had your work displayed at Kettle Art Gallery.
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet. That's pretty cool.
Oh, wow. You haven't done it yet?
No, I mean, I've met Frank and them over there, and it's just a matter of like, I just have, like, we talk about posting. It's the same thing. It's like, I should drop stuff off at all these places I haven't dropped stuff off at.
Yeah.
Yeah. But tell us about how that happened for you.
Oh man, so Kettle Art, that was definitely a goal. 2017, I came out to Lit Hop, which is a literary conference or a festival within Deep Ellum. And I walked in, I was just walking around, day drinking, just having a great time. And I stumbled. No, I'm not stumbled. I walked into Kettle Art that day back in 2017. And I was just so impressed. I was like, I want to have my art in here one day. This is so cool and neat. Like I was so new and fresh eyes and everything. I've never seen anything like it. So that was my goal in 2017. And then 2021, at the end of the year, I had released a project. This is a continuation of that project. I started the photography project I started in 2017. It's called the Black Series. And it was me doing it every year. And it was pictures of my friends and like cool places that I like to see. So with that, 2021, I released that project. And then after that, I was like, oh, I'm on a roll. Like I need to be in at least 4 art galleries before the end of the year in 2022. And that is what I did. I was on a roll. Like I was like, I'm going to this coffee shop. I'm going to Trinity Cider. So I think I put my work up in Trinity Cider. I don't know. My timeline is getting so messed up with 2020, the 2020s. But like, I was like, I need to go to Trinity Cider. I need to go to Kettle Art. I need to go to this other coffee shop. I need to go to this, and that. So I ended up doing, I think, about 5 by the end of the year in 2022.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess I didn't even really get into the questioning about the project. Is it the Black? What is it?
The Black Series.
The Black Series. So now is that like? Explain that to us.
Yeah, so I started that project in 2017. This was to build my portfolio, my photography portfolio, before I graduated from college and started work because, like I said, I just learned you could make money from photography. So I was like, well, in school, I come from advertising. They're like, well, we need to see your work. So, and I'm sure that's with a photography mindset. It's like, yeah, you need to see my work before you hire me.
Sure. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
How are you staying like inspired? And I mean, is it all clients or is there times where you're like, I've got this cool project, I'm going to bring it to them? Like how is that looking for you these days?
Wow. So, it's so funny. Starting out, the idea was doing my projects on my own because I didn't have any clients and I wanted to build a portfolio, basically. So with my photography, doing that project every year with the Black Series and then doing Day with Dallas and then eventually curating art galleries, it's like, oh, wow, I've produced a great body of work by just immersing myself in my interests. And so in 2022, 2023, I would say that's when things started shifting where it was like, oh, I'm just not out here just doing these for fun. I'm actually getting clients. People are wanting to do sponsorships, paid deals and things. And it's like, that was when the shift happened. So I would say for over the past, since 2023, end of 2022, I would say a lot of it has been mostly client work, but I want to do more creative projects.
Sure.
I
was going to say, not to interrupt, I guess the goal is you get to do the things you want to do and get paid for it. That's
Yeah.
where you're heading towards.
Yeah, that's really what I'm heading towards. It would be great the ideal would be to be hired to produce ads. So not like being a copywriter or account manager or anything, but like an ad agency hires me. I do the photos, they love my vision, and they choose me because they like my style.
Right.
And that's something I'm really working on refining. And that's why I'm trying to do more, personal projects as well, not more than my client projects, but balance doing personal projects and client projects, because I do want to have that, like, I want people to tap me and be like, hey, we love what you've done, like, let's do it. And actually that kind of has happened. Like, I produced an art gallery this past Cedars Open Studios in a closet. I converted it from a closet into an art gallery space, and that actually led me to getting this art gallery deal with downtown Dallas for Cyber Dallas.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I think you're doing it right, because it's like you can start by generating all kinds of content if you have good ideas. And like people, like you're saying, people won't know what you can do till they see all that. And like once you have that, then they can go, we need somebody like Imani Black. And that's how it works. So I feel like without even asking you to give advice, that's the advice for someone starting out, is to just don't be afraid. I mean, don't just put anything you're doing out there. Be sure it's not crap, I guess. You know?
Yeah, that's my standard. That's why, like, I come from an advertising background. That's why I'm so strict on my colors. I have that mindset because I do have that background. It's like, oh, I know what my brands are. I know what I ain't talking about. I know what I am talking about. I know where I will go, where I won't go. It has come from trial and error as well. But it's just like, for the design aspect and colors and branding, I feel like really confident in that.
That's cool. I mean, it's fun. I got better at color from editing photo, but I did not start with great. Like, I think when I first started, you shoot with that crappy camera in a low light room with like one color light here, one color light there. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I've been able to figure that one out a little bit. It's funny. I mean, we know that you really like want to do videos and commercials, but I'm a photographer. So what is your favorite kind of photography that you like to do?
Oh, I love events.
Okay. Yeah.
I do. I like different types. So like concerts, corporate events, private gatherings, things like that. That's where I get hired the most, actually, too, is events. And my photography business is what helped me get outside of the house because I was working remote. And it's like, we would go to the office sometimes, but not really. So it was like, I'm just at home or going out to eat. I hung out with my friends and stuff. I still did.
Yeah, we all did a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be working, but it was all volunteer work. So what is it really? It's for hanging out,
Yeah, exactly. So doing events, that really helped me get outside of the house. Like, that's what I got booked for. I got booked to go down to Austin, like with an organization that's in Dallas. They were like, we want you to come down with us. I didn't drive with them, but like I rode down.
What do you think it is? Like, what do you think that you bring as an event photographer that people are like, that's what we want?
Oh, it's definitely my attitude, like, and my professionalism. I actually just did an event this past weekend, and one of my clients, she was just speaking to a crowd, and she was like, she's so amazing. She's on time. She has her systems in place. It was so easy to do business with her. And I have a corporate background. So like, actually at my last company, that was like our internal slogan is like, be easy to do business with.
God, that's the best advice you can give because there's so many people that are like, I'm an artist. And so I have to have it this way. And I mean, to a degree, I respect that. But also, we're all human beings. We're all in the same situation. Like, be real. Like, don't be hard to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you're giving great advice to, like, I hope we have young people listening. We haven't said any bad words, so there's a chance.
Yeah. And providing a service. Like, before things started popping off, like, my thing was like, I just want to make what I want to make. And that's when I did all those personal projects and things. And it was like, I was fine not taking on clients at that time. But then I realized, like, I watch a lot of motivational videos, and there's this YouTube channel called Alux, and it's a motivational videos that I have been watching since 2018. And something that they really honed in on is that how you get paid is you provide a service. Like, if Uber wasn't Uber, it would just be a taxi. But because you can use an app, you can do all these different things, you add that layer. And I know this is also from my advertising background too, the unique selling point. Like, what makes you different? Like, I'm not going to downplay myself and just say I'm just an event photographer,
No,
but
you're not.
I come with a good attitude. I tell my clients, I'm like, hey, I get there 10 minutes early, 10 to 15 minutes early. And here's my rate if you want me to stay longer. Like I've learned these business things that have really helped me and that helped me stand out. And my clients, there've been a lot of repeats.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy.
That's the biggest compliment is the repeat client. For
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, so we know you have the show coming up. What else do you have coming up? What can we look out for with you in the future?
That's a great question. Definitely wanting to produce a documentary about this Cyber Dallas project.
Oh, cool.
So actually, Cyber Dallas is a spinoff of of a different project that I released at the end of 2021. It was called, I released it in 2022. It's called Imani Cyber Fantasy. And this is a project that really helped take things to the next level. Like it was already growing. I was already growing, but this took it to the next level. I was doing vendor markets. I was I think I did 7 art galleries at some point. I don't even know. But I've done so many art galleries with that work, and it's been 3 years, and now it's still going. So with that project, I was recording, this was in 2021. So I have recordings from back then to now.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So I'm working on, that's my goal. I want to put it out maybe around November, is a documentary about this whole time, basically.
Cool. Okay. Awesome. Also, what if people want to hire you? What can you do for them? Where can we find you? All that good stuff.
Yeah. So you can find me on imaniblack.com. You can use the submission form. You can also view my work. Everything is right there. And then you can also hit me up on Instagram. But as far as services, so photography, videography, creative direction, content production. If you need creative consulting as well, I do that too. I have a lot of great ideas, so many. And I've watched time and time again, people just having conversations with them, seeing them apply the advice that I've given them. It's they make money. And I'm I do it for myself. And it's I tell myself, I'm if I can do it for them, I could do it for me. I just got to apply myself, stay humble and do the work and keep going and grind it out. And that's just the mindset that I have. But there's a lot. I'm open to things too. If you need some art too, or you want me to curate an art gallery, I do that too.
Okay, cool. We didn't even talk about your modeling. Is that something you still do, or is that in your past? Or
it's just a side that's
for fun. Basically.
Yeah, that's for fun.
Okay.
But I've modeled for a lot of cool businesses, local businesses. So I've modeled for Western Sun Vodka. Have you heard of them?
I don't drink. No, I haven't heard of them.
Gotcha. Western Sun Vodka, that was the first one. We actually did the photo shoot out here in Deep Ellum at that I Love You wall. And then also I've modeled for Echo Lounge.
Oh, cool.
I'm going to a concert there tonight.
Fun. They're awesome over there at Echo.
Yeah, they are. Oh my God, their food is so good. I don't know if it was just because I was modeling that day.
No, I got to
so
try
good.
it too because they were taking some photos one night, and I agree, it was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm well, then next time I'm going back, I can eat there. I haven't been there in a minute.
Yeah. I've never been to a concert there, and I thought the venue was so weird when I went.
What do you mean?
Well, it was kind of we were on the top-ish floor.
In the balcony, yeah.
It's a lounge, I guess.
Okay, yeah, behind, yeah.
And there's the bar, and then the seating was kind of it's tables. I don't know. I just remember, I was probably still fresh eyes at that point, but
Yeah.
I was
but you didn't see a show. When you see a show, it's actually a pretty nice room to see and hear a show, and it's comfortable. I mean, I have been in shows that are too sold out, but normally it's you can get around. There's an outdoor area. It's good. It's nice.
Do they have a standing room or no?
Yeah, I mean the whole downstairs is standing.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
It's all GA. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's right. I
So
forgot.
get there early if you want to get close.
Oh, you're so right. I'm terrible when it comes to concerts. Sometimes I've been working on it over the past year.
Yeah.
But there was a time where I would go stay for 30 minutes and then just leave, or I would buy the ticket and then I'd be I'm not going.
Oh.
And then there was also a time where it was I wouldn't get there until after the opening act came.
Yeah,
I just
a lot of people
didn't
do
wanna
that.
see that.
Still, I mean, for me, I shoot concerts, and it's usually you get first 3 songs, and so I'm 3 songs, I'm going home, and so then when I'm allowed to stay, it's I can't do it. it's ridiculous. Ball and Femmes was, you can shoot the whole show, and I didn't even stay for the second set because I'm like, I have 300 photos from the first set.
Right. I've done concert photography too, and I stayed the whole time because I wanted to make sure I had to do photos and videos, which I'm literally learning. I have to stop. It's either got to be one or the other.
It's really hard to do both.
It's like getting harder, and it's taking more of my time. And as I'm getting more and more booked, more busy, it's like I can't.
Yeah, no, I feel like one will suffer or both will suffer if you're not, because, unless you, maybe if you had two cameras and one was video and one was photo, but I feel like that's stupid too. I don't know.
I did that, and it's just been so hard. I'm not even gonna lie, it's so hard, and then the editing, and it's a lot.
Yeah, no, I mean, I like making music videos, but I don't like doing live capture music videos. Like I like to, let's do it to a track, and we can do 500 takes in a controlled situation. I mean, like photos, I like the excitement of you get what you get, but video, it's too much of a headache.
Yeah, and it's got to be very, very purposeful, basically.
Yeah, I mean, and also to do what you really need to do, you need all access, and a lot of places they just don't give it to you, so it's you can't get the shots you want. Anyway, what did we miss? Is there something we didn't talk about that you wanted to say?
I really wanted to say my origins.
Okay.
I'm from Fayetteville, North Carolina. I was born out here, but I was raised in Fayetteville. And I feel like I did say this earlier, but truly it is such a dream to literally be on a banner, to win an award for advertising, just my whole journey. It feels so good to just be recognized and loved in this city. Because I come from a small town. I looked it up yesterday, and it was 200,000 people in the town. And I don't even know if that's Frisco size or not. Texas is just so big. The suburbs is
It's true.
Yeah, it's and I just kind of put two and two together, thinking recently, I was I come from the South, so it's Dallas is one of those places where young professionals from my city do kind of flock to here in Houston. And it's great because I had the mindset when I was younger. I saw J. Cole. Have you heard of him? Mm-hmm. Yeah, J. Cole. He's from Fayetteville, North Carolina as well. And just seeing him rise and everything, especially as I was graduating from high school and stuff, something I picked up from him is people who leave Fayetteville become something. That's what I gathered. And I was okay, I just got to go do something. I'm going to go find my spot and do something. And my parents, they love Dallas, and they always wanted to move back out here. They live here now, but we used to come visit a lot and everything, seeing that skyline, oh my gosh. I remember when I got my first job out of college, and I was coming up 75 going towards Uptown, and I remember traffic would suck so bad every day. It used to drain me, and it was so new to me. Now it's just so normal, but it's it used to drain me so much. And oh my gosh, I remember when I would come up on that exit though, and I would see the skyline, it would just make my day, and I would go into work with a smile. I'm okay, we're here at work now. Yeah. And the skyline is so pretty. I love Dallas. I'm so happy to be here, and all the love I receive and meeting all these people. Yeah, no, I love it too. And that's what I like about it a lot, is that it gives you the space to do your creative endeavors. We're not in New York or Chicago where you just literally, if you do it, no one's even going to see it probably. But yeah, no, it's great that Dallas has embraced you, and we're going to be looking out for everything you're doing. And we got the show coming up on the 11th. So thanks for coming down. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. I'd like to thank Imani Black for joining us today. You can check out everything she's up to in the links in the show notes. Opening theme song, Salim Nurala, Unstoppable, and the closing theme song, Electric Ants, The Place to Be. Thank you to the Mullen & Mullen Music Project for supporting this podcast. We'd also like to thank the Deep Ellum Community Center for letting us record there. You can catch the Dallas Famous podcast every Sunday at 1 o'clock on Deep Ellum Radio, and then Wednesday on all the podcast platforms. Please like, subscribe, enjoy, share, all the good things. We'll see you next time.